Okay, hello everybody. Justin from Critical Pain Studios, going a bit live today because I'm going to get an influx of people in fairly soon. Um, Making sure everything's going there, everything's going here. We are good to go. Awesome. Alrighty. So, what we are doing today is we are going back through and doing the eyes on the model that we're working on, the Aminita Shaman. I've set up my magnification camera, so we'll get stuck into that. Now, because of what this is and because of where it is at the layer stage, it's going to shock a few people. So don't be too scared. I'll do a quick flick over to it at the moment. That's what it looks like. So yeah, it's pretty scary looking. But at any rate, hopefully we are going to get some more people in stream from Next Level Painting, Kenny Boucher, and the US, and the new CEO. I've just been on their stream, sort of just chatting to people and saying hello and bits and pieces. But we've had an interesting little kick over. There we go. We've got a couple of people. Hello, welcome aboard. Um, Now, I've had to rearrange my desk a bit so sort of things aren't in shot the way they're supposed to be. But we have our microscope camera set up, which is that one there. And we also have the overhead for when we start getting stuck into that beard again, which is that one there. And we'll be we'll be kicking things over uh, to start that. Now, what I want to do on this today is the eyes mainly. They've been bothering me. It's nice for your heads up view. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. That was from Apostate via YouTube. So we're going out across Beam, YouTube, and Twitch today. Having a few problems with Kick, so I've left it off. But yeah, it's interesting. We are getting there. It's moving slowly, but we're doing a lot of layers and stuff. So kind of a given. Now I'll just turn the volume down a bit in the background here. Okay, there we go. Now let's see how we can get things rolling. No, not that one. This one here. Right. So we'll get our palette up and running. Now you'll have to forgive me. The guys next door are still building their fence, so we may have some nail gun noises. I hope everyone's having a good day so far today. What I'm going to do first is I'm just going to completely go over these eyes with firstly a black, so we can get those areas around the eye sorted, as you can see here. And to do that, we are going to use a very fine brush. Now, I'm not sure if this one's going to be the best one for it, but we'll see. I'm going to start out with a dark brown. Now, these colors I'm using today are the Chimera Velvet Acrylics. So, still getting used to this camera, so just bear with me. Now, we're going to go in fairly deep. Oh, wow. The humidity today is going to be all sorts of trouble. Now, what I might do for this bit, just so it's a bit easier, is I'll go to the overhead. We'll do it this way for the first part, and then we'll get stuck in to detail work. So we want to go back over the whole area and the undersides of the eyelid. We got a couple of viewers across. Now, what I might do is just jump back quickly into Kenny's. Oh, we're here. Where did I put my phone? There it is. That one, that one, that one. Oh, what? It looks like it's happened. Hello to Kenny and everyone. We just got rated for the first time ever. So, yep, if you're on Twitch, welcome. My name's Justin. This is Critical Pain Studios. I am coming to you live from Brisbane in Queensland, Australia, and we are painting the Aminita Shaman from Creepy Tables. So, yeah, I'm absolutely stunned. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're all having a good day, wherever you may find yourself in the world. And if you enjoy what I'm doing and you like what you see, remember to drop a like, follow, subscribe. Now, as you may see, everything's very starkly set up here. This is only my 5th day in streaming, so if there is folks out there that have any pointers for me, let me know, because I'd be much appreciated. I hate Twitch, but I've got to open my phone. Oh, wow, we've got all sorts of people. We've got Chaotic Painting, we've got Next Level, we've got Easy Peasy. Welcome all aboard, guys. So great to have you here. That's awesome. Completely going over this with brown. Really dark brown. And then we're going to make not exactly a white. That actually looks kind of terrifying with the he went from cute and whimsical and old and wizened to I will eat your heart. Which is not the look we're going for. As cool as it would be, and as unique as it would be, we're going to go back over it with an off-white, just so we can get those details in our eyes. Oh, currently paused. There we go. Now, please let me know if you hear too much noise from outside, and I'll adjust the microphones a bit. But, whereabouts is everyone from, anyway? We've got all these people. Don't be shy. Take it, eh? The mic's on. Yep, mic is on. We are doing microphone stuff. Oh, we got one from Brisbane. Anybody else? Hi. Now, the white we're going to be adding a little bit of papyrus to, just so it's no longer white. It's got that mild tint in it. Now, I may not have all the glitz and glamour of Kenny, but hopefully we'll get there one day. There's a lump. Okay, that's going to need to come out. There we go. We got it. I don't have the magic eyes that Kenny has, so I need all the help I can get. Bit early going live today, but that's all right. Means ultimately, we can get more work done, doesn't it? Hopefully. These eyes are a little bit rough, so I'm just going to soften them down. Get our other one done here. Now, I don't have any of the cool and fancy stuff that Twitch has set up yet, but we'll see how we progress. Still setting it all up. So this piece is going to be for an Australian competition called the Crimson Brush, which happens yearly in January in Canberra, which is the nation's capital. Now, I don't have the ability to go to the next one, which is 2026. But this is going to be my entry for the 2027 one. And now, normally I don't take long periods of time to paint my models, but with this particular one, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Because I want it to be the best thing I've ever painted. So, if you would like to see what that's going to look like and join me on the journey, follow along. And watch the channel evolve. And see where the move takes us. Yeah. Anybody else out there? I got a feeling that Twitch chat isn't working. I'm just going to quickly log in and see wherever I put my phone. There it is, just there. Just that nobody's talking. All right, that's all good. I don't mind. Well, I do because I need people talking, but I like it when you talk and interact. So now that we've got our white down, he's looking somewhat possessed. Not in focus. That's not even in focus. Come on, camera. There we go. So we've done the dark, and then we've gone over with our off-white, making our eyes look a little bit real, more realistic, I should say. So now I want to add a little bit of magenta, just a very tiny amount, extremely watered down, just in the very corners of the eyes on both sides. Only want a very little bit, just to convey those veins and bits and pieces, blood vessels, I should say, in the corners of the eyelids. Only a very, very little bit. Go over the tiniest of recesses again. Yeah, there we go. Now, I originally had this set up to do the blue eyes. I think that's what we're going to go with again. Let me just get this angled right. Okay, back to our magnification cam. As you can see, there's that little bit of pink just in the corners of the eyes. Now, to do the irises, we're going to do something a little different. Because irises, in such a way, aren't the same roundness as the eye. They have another sort of it's like you've got the curve of your eyeball, but then you've got another slightly smaller curved surface on top of that, which is the actual iris. So you want to go in a little bit darker because it catches the light in a different way because it's at a slightly different angle. So we'll go in a bit darker first. We've got a Falto blue from the Chimera range. Everything on this piece is going to be Chimera because I find I get the best finish effect with the paint on that. Going in straight Falto, so it's going to be very, very blue. I'll get rid of this now because I don't need it for this section. Okay, now on the model also, there's already sculpting set up for the eye. So it starts around there. I'm going to need to wet this heaps. Damn, this is crazy. humidity in Australia, guys. It is not fun at the moment. So I've just popped a bit of retarder down. I'm going to use it as my medium. Hopefully that stays dry long enough. Well, it stays wet long enough to do what I need to. Okay, so wow, this is my hand-eye coordination is off today. That brush is not playing the game. Move over to this guy. Might be able to get in closer on it. So it's still fairly light at this stage, but I'm going to go over it a couple of times. I think I'm going to make that iris a little bit bigger yet. And then we'll copy it over to the other side. Another brush. That one's annoying me. This one might do it. This one might not. I'm hoping that it does. Let's see how. Yeah, this one's a bit better. Ah, boy. So, can anybody hear that? The tools and bits and pieces outside, or have I set my mics right? So you can see we're darkening that tone up. And then we're going to go in a little bit lighter. We might even add a bit of turquoise into the mix just to sort of break up. Seems fine. Can't hear anything. Awesome. That's good. Yeah, a little bit more on that inside edge. I think that's a good size. So this is the bit that's going to be getting the depth. Oh, hang on. Oh, okay. I might need to put my microphone back a bit. The problem. I have to cut down the sound or the gain on the mic when there's the noises outside. I also need to be able to pick up my voice, so I need to change things around. It's all learning. That's all right. Yeah, that works. That's the right size. We're good there. You notice the orange blemishes and stuff on the skin. Put those in the aging spots. This guy's going to be a bit old. Now, I'll do this next one. Depending on how we run today, I might take a break. I'm going live a bit earlier than normal. Oh no! Need to clean that up. Need to clean that up stat. Okay. Yeah, it's actually not that bad that we've got the blue happening there because there is a bit of discoloration around the eyes anyway. I'll still clean up a bit of that. There we go, saved. All right. Disaster recovery. That was just used a bit of water on a brush to sort of dampen the area, and then I went back using a dry brush to pick up the damp stuff that I picked up. A bit bigger. A little bit bigger again. Kofi bot. Tiny touch more towards the bottom here. And to give you an idea, this brush that I'm using is a Rosemary & Co. Sable Series 33, and it's 10/0. So the tip on this is like finer than a mechanical pencil tip, and as you can see, the detail that we're trying to pick up with it is, yeah, it's sort of one of my go-tos for this kind of thing. Now I'm just going to very lightly touch up the very top corner, just like that, with a bit of our brown, so it doesn't look funny at a distance. A little bit more. Get some of this. There we are. And then when we lay down a load of tones, do I need the green? Green might actually be too much. We might just go in with a lighter blue. So, bit of our blue separate. Just gently stippling this colour in bottom half of the eye to give us that refraction effect that you see. Because this is such a small space, huge amounts of detail will just get lost. So using our main concentrations of this colour on the bottom 3/4 section of the eye. That way it gives the impression of the light coming in from the top, where we're going to be putting our white point, but also that that area that we're hitting that light with is also transparent as well. Considering the spot that I'm working with is probably, it's about a millimeter in diameter. You can tell why I go silent when I'm painting this bit, because the amount of concentration required to only move that tiny amount, when you have a tremor, is huge. A bit more there. might even go over this with another tone lighter. Doesn't matter if it goes up in the middle, that's where our iris is going to go. But as you can see there, that's looking a lot better than what we had previously, which was an absolute mess. But that's fine. Welcome aboard, everyone. We've got 1 on Beam, 2 on YouTube, and 13 on Twitch. Give us a shout out. Say where you're from, what you're up to today. Confirmed 1 viewer in Brisbane, Australia. So, welcome aboard. All right, now a little bit more white in there, just so we can pick out some really high points now. It's ridiculous how pigment heavy this Falto blue is. All right, that's the stuff. Just going to be lightly glazing this in, just in the very top section. And very close to where we're putting our iris. Because there's naturally, with the iris, we have the dark areas generally lying on the outside. Then we sort of have our main body of color in the middle, and then towards the center around the, I'm just going to call it ocular hole for want of a better word. There's probably some name for it. It escapes me at the moment. But there is a very light ridge of the brightest area of that color. That's the bit that we're trying to capture. Just like that. As you can see, we've got our highest high points. A little touch more towards the center on this one. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're after. And now, when we get the rest of our iris and bits and pieces in, and the highlights, you'll see that come together. Now, I'm just going to flick over to the overhead so you can see what it looks like with those on. You can see, really brings those eyes in. Like, we don't have highlights, we don't have the pupils as yet. Pupils, that's the word. but you can already start to see that it's forming like a light. Now we still got the OSL from everything to go on this as well, but that can come later. My brush is completely clean. We're going to go straight in and do our iris. This is going to be interesting. Humidity sucks. I'm going to have to touch up a bit of that. Actually, that's worked out well. We might be able to put our, yes, we'll put our light placement there. Just in that bit that's messed up. So, other side now. Damn, that brush is going to dry. That's looking pretty good. What do you reckon? Sound off in the comments. Tell us what you think. I might have to go just a touch more on. Like that, and then we can throw our white highlights down. We'll do that now. Come on, people, say good day. Don't be shy. No, I don't have anything awesome happening in the chat and bits and pieces as far as all the fancy stuff, but make recommendations. Tell me what you would like to see. Very open to making you guys happy. If you're happy, you'll come back. Yeah, this is going to. It's going to be a problem. I can just tell. Damn. We'll go for that secondary highlight because that turned out really well. Okay. Come on. Dry brushes. Need broadcast from like hermetically sealed room. That's perfect humidity. Got to get those other 2 points if we can. Okay. Here goes nothing. Come on. Don't do this to me. Need one more. Oh, no, that's actually worked. So now that we've got the basics of those down, going to thin out some white to a glaze. I'm just going to hit another section down here. Now, this is going to be late for later on when we have our lighting from. Why is that gone out of focus? Whoops, sorry about that. There we go. Must have knocked it. Now we're going to put just a little bit of white down here. And this is going to be for when we do the OSL off our pipe later on. Because we want just a small spot of highlight down for it. That brush has dried out already. Come on. There we go. Touch heavier on this side. We could probably even add that in now, actually. It doesn't really matter, does it? So I've got a watered down yellow all ready to roll. Water it down a bit more. Just going to use that very lightly. Very lightly. too lightly. Come on. Need to get another one of these brushes, I think. Just to give us a yellow tinge underneath everything, which will be from the pipe. Need to pull a bit of that liquid away just quickly. Okay. So now I'll pop back to our overhead so you can see it how it's going to look. As you can see, those eyes have come in way better than they were. It's actually lit the face right up, which is fantastic, which is exactly what we're after. Let's see how close we can get. Well, that's cool. I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to get this magnification light out of the way. Because now that those eyes are done, we need to get back into the beard, the hair, which is the big part of our workflow at the moment. And I'm thinking I might have to. Oh, we're officially live where we're normally going. Okay, cool, interesting. Right, beard, black and white. That's black. That's the white. Now, going to pop down some of this retarder to try and battle the elements. I'm using more white than black. So 2 drops of that. This Chimera stuff is great. It's just such a highly versatile paint. I need one black because that's going to be our glaze in between. Got 12 active on stream. We got 2 on Beam. We've got 10 on Twitch. Welcome everybody from Twitch. Thank you very much for dropping by. And we've got oh, that's everybody. Just Twitch and Beam, which is very cool. Okay. Now, I know everything's looking a little bare. I haven't gotten any sort of third-party stuff organized yet because I'm still looking into it. Been speaking to other streamers about what they use and what they recommend. So hopefully you'll see some changes coming along. It's good. Same with the black. It's also good. up to our beard. Still refining and still bringing it all in. Gonna need these again. So I'm just gonna go in to some pointed areas now with this wash glaze black. We just want to hit some of those darker crevices at this stage with it. We don't want to go too overboard because we're trying to push our beard all the way up to white if we can. And to get to white, we need lots of grey. Counterintuitive sometimes, but we need to establish gradients. And in this instance, we will be using grey to do that. Now, the plan is with this to make it look like lots of hairs as opposed to big clumps of, well, plastic, resin, space, pretty much. So it's all back and forth work. Many, many layers, many, many glazes, many, many washes, many, many steps. Because we've gotten this down to a glaze consistency, I'm just going to go into some areas and just go over some of those lines that we've made earlier in spots. Try and make it look like there's more stuff going on than there actually is. What was that? That was Kofi again. Kofi's more talkative than everyone else. Ah. Yeah, we're just going back and forwards at this stage. How do I get people talking? You're all very silent. You're lurking. Like having someone sitting over your shoulder watching your work. me had some music playing. Maybe that'll get people talking. Still looking into the music side of things. He was using one called Monster Cat, which, well, he's established, a lot more established than me. So he's got a bit more money to invest in that sort of thing. Monster Cat is a paid service, which I would ultimately like to use once we start getting a bit more stuff happening. There are free ones, I've been told and shown. There's one called NCS, which I'm probably going to go with. Just need to look more into how to set it up. But, we go. 9 viewers, 8 on Twitch, 1 on Beam. Hope you're all having fun out there. Hope you're having a good day, whatever you're working on while you're watching. If you want, post a whip in the chat. So I can check it out. And that way it will also give me the opportunity to learn how to do stuff like that. Because I noticed that you can do it, you just need to set it up where other people's Instagrams and bits and pieces, I can show them on screen to you. And, hopefully get some more followers for you. And get some more engagement happening for me. Just gently going into some of those spaces we've already worked on with the lines. As you can see, it's very subtle, but it is changing slowly. I'm just doing this with a glazed down black. Something just fell behind me. I'll have to look at that shortly. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I definitely need to get some music happening. Actually, those out there listening and chatting, was it Apostate? Yep. Can you hear any background music currently? There is some noise in the background that's quite loud to me, but I'm hoping it's not picked up by the mic. Another thing I need people to let me know is when the camera goes to focus. Is it like a jarring focus or is it soft? Because I was made aware by someone Gitz, who's another miniature painter who's part of the Brisbane Display Painters Guild along with me, mentioned that some folks, and I didn't even think of this, some folks get motion sickness, and having the camera refocus on a model all the time can trigger that, which will ultimately lose um, engagement and all the rest. And I was wondering if my camera did that, because I was originally going to look at getting a motorized gimbal that would hold my camera, and then I could have that focused on the model, and whenever the model moved, it would sort of move with the model and focus on that. But I was informed that the moving thing might not be such a great idea for those with motion sickness. So, one of the things I was asked to check is if it was happening during stream, and if someone could say something about it if they see it. So, yeah, if you do see it, let me know. And I'll have to mess around with my camera and try and get a fixed focal point set up. And turn off the autofocus that I've got. Because it's not something that I would specifically see, I was just wondering if anybody out there who is affected by the condition could do some research, i.e., looking at my stream and getting back to me and saying, yes, it looks good, or yes, it looks horrible, or I should stop streaming and go crawl into a hole. It's starting to come together slowly. Various layers. Because this glaze consistency is quite thin, we can go over and back over sections to enhance them if we need to. Now, what competitions and stuff would you like to see once I get a bit more established? I'd like to get to the point where I can give back to you guys for supporting me. And I don't really know how to do that as a miniature painter on stream. So I don't really have merch as yet. I could, I'm not doing it with this one, obviously, but I could paint up something on stream and then we could have a giveaway. something that you might like to be part of, let me know. Now that we've gone over with the black, it's time to go back into it with the white. That's also a heavily diluted mix. It's going to be doing the same thing, but this time concentrating more on the lighter areas that we already have established. And just starting to push back into those darker areas we just did. So we get some nice, smooth, blendy gradients. It's actually on Monument Hobby, not Monument Hobbies, Next Level Painting stream prior to going live. And he was using a Monument Hobbies medium called Noosh, Newsh, and it looked very interesting. The stuff he was able to do with it seemed seemed very cool. I'm going to have to get myself. Oh, DD, hello, DD Live, hello. How are you? Where are you from? You're on Twitch by the look of it, maybe, or on Beam. You're on Beam. Hello. You're on Twitch. Also, hello. But anyway, this Noosh stuff. It seems like, from the quick little read that I've had of it, it's a medium that works with both acrylics and oils. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anyone in the chat who is aware of the stuff? But you can use it for weathering effects and glazing and aging areas, and yeah, it seems really intriguing, and I'm going to have to get myself a bottle and then figure out what I can do with it. And thank you very much. This is the Aminita Shaman by Creepy Tables. Comes in this little container. That's them. I picked this up at a painting competition that I went to recently, the Queensland Queensland Model and Hobby Expo, which is in Ipswich, in Queensland, Australia, and there's a guy who sells stuff there. He also has a website, Spec Models, Andrew Judson. That's specmodmodels.com. That's his logo if you're interested. And he does all of this kind of stuff. He gets it in from anywhere. He has a lot of stuff that is quite difficult to get. I actually bought quite a lot of things off him. If you have a look at my Instagram, there is the gnome from Hera Models called Into the Wild. That was the very first piece that I actually bought off Andrew that ended up going into the competition, and I got bronze for that particular one in its category, losing out to the immensely talented Ben Flood and the two pieces he put in that got gold and silver. One of those times in life where you're happy to lose because the person that you lost to is such a wonderful person. He's so nice. Um, he's also one of my painting idols. So that's to lose out to him. I'm more than happy. But we're doing this one. Is it DA Live? Um, I'm doing this one up for the Crimson Brush, which is, speaking to someone yesterday, it's like the San Montevino, and the Scale Modelers Challenge elsewhere in the world for Australian artists. Just need to quickly check why my phone is going absolutely balls crazy. What do I put in here that works? Hey, wait a minute. Ah, Smashy, hello, how are you? Just checking. No, all good. That was just other stuff. But I was just saying to DA, this is going to be my entry for the 2027 Crimson Brush in Victoria. Not Victoria, Canberra. And I'm hoping the time that I've spent on it, the time that I'm going to spend on it, will be of benefit to getting a placement. I will be doing my very best on this piece, but because this will be my first time at Crimson Brush, and knowing the caliber of painters that already enter the Crimson Brush, I am fully expectant not to not to get anything. My ultimate hope would be to get like a commendation or something. That'd be really nice, or some form of achievement. But given who I'll be up against, I'm probably not going. But having said that, after speaking with Ben about his piece and just various things, he said that I might have a chance. He said that I might be better than him next year, which I doubt hugely. if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it on this piece. So that's the plan. Just going through, bouncing back and forwards between highlights and shadows. Little lines. Try and make this beard and mustache look as realistic as possible. So we've already redone the eyes on stream today. What's that? That little dolphin. That's cute. I don't know half the stuff that's default on my Twitch stream, so cool wizard. He's not a wizard. He's a gnome. However, without the rest of it in context, I suppose he could be considered a wizard, couldn't he? I'll actually show you the box. Tube, tube. This is what he's going to look like at the end. Or actually, oh, this is the just the color outline. But as you can see, he's got a giant mushroom in his little pipe there. That's just throwing down tints in GIMP graphic editor. I'm fighting with the Australian humidity at the moment. Come on. There we go. We've just gone with a glaze consistency on the white and the black that we're using at the moment. Just to gently blend everything together with the subtlest of lines. That's our three-headed monkey. Welcome aboard, mate. Hope you're doing well. And I hope Smashy's doing well as well. Yeah, unfortunately, with the bits that we're doing, and the way that we're doing them, it's going to look like crap until it doesn't. And that is the scientific formula. But I post high detail shots on Instagram when I'm done streaming. So Instagram is Critical Paint Studios, or at Critical Paint Studios. So if you want to follow along and have a look at my other stuff and know when I'm going to go live, because I post a quick little post a couple of hours before I go live. It's a good way to keep track. Or I think on Twitch, there's a notification that can be pushed out to you. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, how's that looking? Yep, that area's working well. We'll move up onto the mustache for a bit, just to balance it out a bit more. Pushing those diluted blacks and whites back and forward so it all blends in nicely. You don't want it to be too smooth either, because a gnome's beard, after digging up a giant mushroom, looking as ragged as this little fella is, probably has a bit of an unkept beard. Head nod of approval. Alrighty, we got 8 on Twitch and 2 on Beam. Hello. Now, I don't know about any of you, but has anybody been watching Alien Earth? Because I am so into that show. It's not funny. It is so well done. There's been some criticism from folks here and there regarding an episode or two, but the production value and the, what's the word I'm looking for, attention to the source material is phenomenal. And I'm loving the plot arc, if you will. Already sort of hazard a couple of guesses at what's going on, which it's not predictable, but it's not predictable. Like, after all, it is an alien based thing, and we do know what the aliens are like. But so far, it's raising some questions in regards to um, lore and bits and pieces on a couple of different levels and ideals. And I think I know why those questions are being raised. And if it is, it's going to be sort of one of those mic drop moments if they do it properly that will make it all hit home. And I'm hoping it does. I'm really hoping it does. So as you can see, we're slowly bringing up that tone. Now, I may not be pushing it all the way to white, but I'll be pushing as close as I can. So I don't want to lose any of this depth that we've got going on. Well, not depth, contrast. Contrast is the word I was looking for there, sorry. Because that's going to grab the attention more of the judges. I'm a bit bummed out that I didn't have this earlier and start this earlier because Alberto Font is one of the judges this year, and if there's anyone you want, like heroes of the miniature painting world, he is certainly up there. I'm hoping, well, my wallet's not. I'm hoping that he does a class while he's out here. That would be sick. Good morning, Leslie. Oh, thank you, Abigail. Thank you very much. Abigail's just coming on Twitch by the look of it. This is Aminita Shaman by Creepy Tables. I'm doing it up for a competition. I'm just trying to make the beard look realistic at the moment. Hands not too much in the way. No, good. Just lots of gentle building up of line work. Or have you come in on? Oh no, you've come in on Twitch. I can see your little Twitch icon there. Got multi-chat on, so we're broadcasting live today from Beam as our main platform. um, which then multicasts to Twitch and YouTube live. So if you like what you see, drop a follow. I'll be working on this one for quite some time, but I'll be also doing commissions and bits and pieces. I've got a commission coming up for a board game or the paint of board game models. The game is Dragon's Eclipse. Now, from what I can gather, it looks like a Pokemon battle game, but the pieces are very well. They're all dragons, hence the name dragons. But they're cutesified, So they look very similar to the Skylanders figures, but it's a Pokemon battle style game, and the client would like me to paint it all up. So there'll be 60 dragons in total, ranging from 1.5 inches tall all the way up to about the size of this one. This particular sculpt is 1/9 scale, 1/9 scale. So it stands about 4 inches high, and with the plinth, it'll be 8-ish in total. Oh, itchy nose. But yeah, please let me know if you can see anything that I'm lacking in my Twitch layout, and I'll work on that. This is only my 5th day of streaming. Switch from Twitch to YouTube. 60 models. That's crazy. I can barely push myself to finish the 10 I have on my desk. Oh, this is going to be a commission. That's not my backlog of work. My backlog of work, I'm never going to die because I need to finish it all. But this particular piece has a little bit of an interesting tale behind it. Because I was planning on doing this for Crimson Brush in 2027, like I said, but normally I don't start pieces until like way later. So I would have probably started this some point halfway through next year. But I got the model from Spec Mod Bottles, and I went and visited Dragonfly Creations, who was also at QMHE with her stall, and picked up the display plinth for it. Now, it's all covered up so I don't get paint on it, but it's a burled piece of timber that I have done a resin gap fill on. And the resin is green, clear, with bits of gold leaf. It's just to fill a natural borehole that was in the piece of wood. I've sanded it back and I've polished it up and oiled it, and it looks absolutely brilliant. And I'm really happy that I grabbed it and I'm using it for this piece. Um, but I also have another plan for this piece as well. I plan on and let me know what you think actually. Now that I've got some people here. Paulina Suman. Oh, hello. I'm jealous. It's looking so awesome. Thank you. I'm planning on fixing my laser etcher, which is in partial stages of being built. And down this section of the model, or the plinth, I'm planning on laser etching the word forage, because forage, gnome, mushroom stuff. I think it'd look cool. What does everybody think? Will that look cool? Do you think? I've got a really cool font picked out that I've put aside for it. I'll have to do a mock up because yeah, it'll have that word forage etched in, and I'm thinking of putting little gold bits. Sounds like it. Awesome. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. But yes, I'm glad. This is what I wanted. People stopping by, checking out what's going on, having a bit of a chat. Trying to get to the point where I can get affiliate on Twitch, and then go for world domination. I mean, and then serve my community. Yes, serve my community, not the world domination bit. 30 people trying that. I mean, I'm not Mr. Beast or anything. I'm not going to build an empire from this. Just want to. Just want to share my my painting. It's always nice to chat with people to paint miniatures. Do you prefer that people visit YouTube or Twitch? Well, as of right now, as of that comment, we've got 2 people on Beam, 7 on Twitch, and 1, which I'm assuming is you, Paulina, on YouTube Live. I don't know about the monetization or anything, or how it all works on YouTube, but you could follow me everywhere if you like. But Twitch has set up these things. I don't know if you stream on Twitch at all, but to get to various levels, you sort of get rewarded and things as you go. And one of those is have X many people following you, watching your streams on Twitch. And as an example, before I started stream this morning, um, I needed for 5 people, I think it is, to chat. Okay, cool, no problem. I'll see you soon. Thank you. But yeah, it's they've laid it all out for you, so it's kind of like a milestone thing. So you know you need X many to do this, you need X many to do that, and back. Ah, there we go, Abigail. Wait a minute, I'm not going to ask. But yeah, X many followers to unlock this, X many people in chat to unlock this, and things like that. I uttered the name. My son stuck his head in. He's a big fan of Mr. Beast. I don't know why. I get why the fascination is there, but I'm old. It's in slow mode, by the way. Long boring story. Might change it eventually. What's slow mode? Is that not streaming at speed, or I'm not sure. I As I said, I'm completely new to this, so I'll have a look into that. Let me write that down before I forget. Actually, where's my this and this? Twitch slow mode. Okay, I've written that down. This takes 30 seconds before one can write a comment again. I think that might be because I'm new. Um, this is like my 5th day or 6th day or something, so it's quite likely that it's a limitation because of that. But I will have a look and see about what I can do to fix that, or how long it will take to unlock going about fixing that. But yeah, it was interesting. We had I was over in Next Level Paintings stream, and He said, "Oh, who are we going to raid today?" I said, "Me, I'm new." Because I am. He said, "Ah, you've got to go live." I said, "Okay." So I jumped on live earlier than I normally would. That's why I'm here. And yeah, we got raided, and 23 people stopped in. But depending on what they like and stuff, I may not have been part of that. But we've still got 9 viewers from that initial break on Twitch, which is pretty cool. So just going through getting the some of the curly bits in the upper sections of the beard here. And we'll go back into it with our white. Then I think we might have to go in with our tint just to really bring in a couple of those spots. May need to make some more of that tint by the look of it. So yeah, as I was saying, Twitch is a bit barren as far as what I actually have showing on the feed. Basically, it's the same as what Beam users are seeing at present. I don't have any fancy overlays or anything as yet. Um, I mean, I need to catch attention in bits and pieces. I understand that side of things, but I also don't want to overthrow what you see and what I see. What do you prefer? Do you prefer all that glitzy stuff with chat logs and bits and pieces, or a cleaner interface like this? Let me know what you think. Mostly all the fancy bling can be. I'm the same. I'm a bit more of a traditionalist. I did have overlays and all that sort of stuff, like sort of future scrolling backgrounds and dayglow orange and pink. And I did a news desk variation, which is this, and I did have all the overlay and everything around the place and sponsors and bits and pieces. I'll bring the sponsors back once I've sort of chatted to them and got them all set up. But I had all that, and ultimately the thing that you're looking at was too small because of all the other stuff on the screen. So I switched it all off, and I'm liking the more minimalistic look of things. Like you were on my YouTube earlier, Abigail. There's a couple of videos there with the old overlay setup, and yeah, they're a bit much. Apparently, slow mode can be shut off with slow off in the creator dashboard. Oh, okay. a second, and I will do that right now. Oh, I was just in there. So what was it? Slow slash slow. There we go. That should be gone now. Okay, we're good. So yeah, give that a try. Just turned off slow mode for Twitch. Testing. Yep, awesome. That works. See, that's how it goes, people. Teamwork makes the dream work. So, any other suggestions or anything that you want to see on the channel, on the streams, like what stuff I use, etc. If there's anything in particular you want to know, drop a comment in the chat or hit me up on Instagram. That's Critical Paint Studios, which is down the bottom left-hand corner. Also, if you want to help support me and stuff and things, you can donate to the Ko-fi link, which is also written in the bottom left-hand corner just above that Instagram link. On the Instagram, I post everything I'm working on, off stream, on stream. I also have my website, which is www.criticalpaintstudios.com.au. And that little spot of the internet has my web store. Just like painters, especially better ones. How long have you been painting? I have been painting for 8 years now, I would say. Hey, Mark, how you going, bud? This is Marky V, one of the folks from the Brisbane Display Painters Guild. And if there is anyone in channel who is into miniature painting and would like to get to know more miniature painters, I have a link for Brisbane Display Painters Guild on my link tree, which you can get to in the bio of my Instagram. Keep coming back to that Instagram, don't I? Yeah, what are we at, Mark? We're at 200? Must be getting close. Or are we over 200? But, we meet up regularly. We go to the painting competitions and various events. And helping each other learn, giving advice to newer painters. Getting back to Abigail, yes, 8 years. I started painting when I got sick. I got 224. Oh, wow. We're at 224 people in the Brisbane Display Painters Guild. But I got sick. I used to work for the government in support I got sick and it was just going downhill, couldn't shake it. And I went to a doctor. I had pneumonia, and apparently I'd had it for like 2.5 months. And it was a particularly nasty strain that was killing lots of people at the time. And so I got all the medications and stuff for that and things to get rid of it and take it easy. And tried to go back to work and was still sick. It wasn't getting any better. Body was in pain, couldn't function, couldn't think, could hardly walk. It was not fun. So went back to the doctor, did some more tests, and went to a bunch of specialists and got more tests, and found out I got fibromyalgia. Which, if that sounds familiar, there's a few famous people dealing with it. Morgan Freeman is one. Lady Gaga is a fibromyalgia advocate. So yeah, it's if you've got the money and the resources to treat it, it is what it is. These things happen. Um, you can live a fairly decent life, nowhere near that of a normie, for want of a better term. Um, but yeah, like the drugs they put you on are just as bad as the illness itself. But it's now been found out to be an autoimmune deficiency or an autoimmune deficiency slash neurological disorder. Because basically, it's the easiest way to describe it is the pain center of your brain, just above the spinal column. Um, it tells the body the nerve signals it's getting. So I stick a needle in my finger. The nerves send that signal up my arm, up my spine, into the base of the brain. The base, that area, I forget what it's called, goes, hey, this just happened. What do you reckon we should do? Here's the stimulus that I'm getting from the area. Is that fine? Do we just let it do that? Or should I sort of send back a signal and stop it? That bit of my brain, which would say, oh, you just got pricked in the finger by something, or, oh, the sun is really warm on your skin today, it's got its wires crossed. And every single output, regardless of prick on the finger, sun on skin, water on skin, cold, you name it, any stimulus whatsoever, gets reported as pain. Different types of pain, different levels, different feelings associated with the pain. But the medication they put you on blocks those nerve signals. And the problem with that is you get build-up. And occasionally you get a kickback, which looks like a nervous tick. Like the feeling of your grave's been walked over and you shudder. It's like that, but a lot more severe. It's almost like a microfit. It's kind of it just goes through your system, and that's just backfeed from the medication doing what it was designed to do, but not how it was designed to do it. or in response to the way it was supposed to do it. So I've got to be careful. Every so often, you might see me do one of those on stream. It's nothing that I have any control over. It's nothing that can be fixed. It just is. But SpringCon, I don't know. Marky's just asked if I'm coming to SpringCon, and SpringCon is a tabletop convention down the Gold Coast. We did go one year, and it wasn't great. It wasn't my kind of thing, but my kind of thing is staying at home and painting. Not a very social person. I'm trying to get better, but I'm not sure if SpringCon. I don't know. I know they've changed venues, and I know they've got a lot more happening. I just don't know. Never been there, but we're doing classes there this year. So if you are in the area and you want to get some painting skills happening, the Brisbane Display Painters Guild will be at SpringCon. I don't know. I'll see how I go. If I A, have money, B, have time, C, am physically able, yeah, we might go and have another look at it. Yeah, fibro is the reason I paint miniatures, because sitting at home doing nothing was driving me absolutely insane. And actually, Apostate in the chat is actually a friend of mine, and he said that I should start painting minis because I had a heap of board games, and they're all horrible and grey. Exactly. That's part of the reason why I'm streaming, so I can A, get back into a routine, and B, have culpability, I suppose, because it's very easy to let it get you down. Like it's as far as like having the mask of I have a chronic illness, woe is me. You don't want people knowing that you doing something for them or with them is giving you constant pain. So you wear a mask. That mask is usually, I think Robin Williams said it best, the funniest people you've met are usually the ones fighting the hardest battles. And it's very fitting for fibro because the illness itself is made up of 150 different conditions, with that number getting higher every so often. But oh, too much. Dab that out. It's what they call an invisible illness, and as far as doctors diagnosing and bits and pieces is concerned, um, doctors put you in the fibromyalgia category when they've ruled out everything else. So they bombard you with all these tests, and you come back negative for all of them to say if you've got them or not, but you've still got something going on. And because medically they've done all they can and looked at it all they can and tried to figure out what you've got to try and help you, they lump you in the too hard basket. And that too hard basket is called fibromyalgia. So, yeah, it gets you down. I'm not going to lie. And it's definitely some days are harder than others. And relying on yourself and sort of living your life up to the point where you can't rely on yourself anymore because you don't know how you're going to wake up in the mornings. Like you don't know how you're going to feel. You don't know if you're going to be able to walk. You don't know if you're going to be able to see. Because yeah, I found out recently one of the neat little side effects of vibro is it messes with the muscles in your eyes and causes blurry vision because you can't focus because the nerves aren't giving the right information to the muscles around your eye, which is not fun. Like I have problems with my eyes if you can't tell, but now I've got more problems. But every day is waking up not knowing what the day is going to throw at you, what your body's going to throw back. But you do what you can. You set routines, exercise. Smashy needs to get back into painting. Yes, Smashy, you do need to get back into painting. Even if it doesn't necessarily have to be painting to begin with, because I know you are very busy at the moment. Even learning about painting or reading about painting or watching videos or particularly attractive person from Brisbane's live stream of miniature painting um, can help. Like even though you're watching someone paint and watching their progress and how they're doing things, your brain is constantly working while doing that. So you're thinking, what's the glaze consistency he's using here? What colors would I choose? How would I go about doing that? And things like that. It gets your brain working, and that's part of the battle because the old saying goes, "Idle hands are the devil's playground," but it goes for your mind too. Like mental health is extremely important, but when you're locked in there with it all by yourself, it starts to talk back, and sometimes it's not a very nice person. But that can be understandable in my case because from when I wake up in the morning to when I go to bed, I have horrible tinnitus, which is another symptom, which is also a symptom of the medication that I'm on. So I have a constant screaming in my ear. And you may have seen the thing on social media, the correct amount of screaming from the voices in your head is zero. Not in my case, it's not. But yeah, we make do, and at the end of the day, that's all you can do. Some days, just getting through the day is enough. But we're not here to wax lyrical. We're here to paint miniatures. So we got 9 viewers, one on Beam, one on YouTube, 7 on Twitch. If you're new, welcome. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what you're up to if you want to. You don't have to. It's currently approaching 1:30 here in Brisbane, Australia. That's in the afternoon. I'd be semi-conscious if it was morning. I don't think I'd be anywhere near as coherent either. My voices in my head are mostly, why are you trying to paint? You'll never be good enough, etc. Force myself sometimes. And that's exactly why you do it. That's why you keep doing it. Um, because I'm the same. I it's called imposter syndrome, and I think it's actually part of the human condition because our lives are hardwired from a very early age to be better than the other guy. We develop an inner monologue that constantly berates us and puts us down only as a defense mechanism to instinctively become better than the other guy. It's a bit of a vicious circle. And all of our existence is based around that. So, like, you're taught to do better work in school, be better, be faster, be more creative, be smarter, be better at X than person Y. And that's probably the biggest problem with why things are currently happening in the world that are happening in the world is because we've always got to be better. We've got to be better than the left. We've got to be better than the right. We've got to be better than the Smiths. We've got to be better than the Joneses. We've got to be better than those guys in that other country over the lake over there. And we don't. That's the thing. We don't. We need to be good as what we define as good. I mean, he says doing this for a competition to try and prove he's better than other folks out there. But our entire ecosystem is based around if we are good at what we do, we get the financial gain for it. And ultimately, that's what drives the human condition monetary gain. I would love it if that wasn't the case, but it is what it is. So we try and make do. How's that coming along? That's looking more white. technically it's not. It's still mainly grey, but we are getting that look of a white beard, which is what we're after. Gently going in with these whites. But yeah, it's it's also harkening back to the I'm not good enough is your brain's way of, well, telling you you can do better. And unless you are genetically wired to fail, anyone can become better. As an example, the first miniatures I painted, I can't even describe how bad they are. That was in 2017. I know that it was 2017 because I painted them at PAX Australia, which is like the PAX in the US, but it's the Australian equivalent. More kangaroos and koalas. I'm kidding. But I picked up a little Reaper Games package, or Reaper Miniatures package, which had some paints, and there was a paint and take table. And I was recently diagnosed, or in the process of being diagnosed. I was sick as a dog. I shouldn't have gone. And I had to sit down for a little while. I thought, I'll paint one of these little plastic figures. How hard can it be? Yeah, it was hard. Having never done anything like that painted miniature style of thing before. Um, I picked up a little, I think it was a little dwarven warrior and a little elven ranger, and I painted them up. I think the whole box set was like $25 or something stupid. Probably worth half a million now, given inflation. Um, Painted these little guys up. Thought I did a good job. Took photos, posted them online. I didn't do a good job. They were horrible. Not gonna lie, they were absolutely atrocious. But then I got sick, and my friend said I needed to paint because I was good at it. I needed something to do that wasn't overexerting. And I'd already put like 100 and something hours into Destiny over the course of a week, or give or take something like that. And I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna be a professional gamer, that's for sure. It is a really difficult hobby, or can be depending on one's goal. Can't stay showing things I've painted to non-painters because they have no reference to how much effort it is. I find that yeah, that's completely valid. I get that totally. I was the same, but um, it's I think the importance of showing your work also, not just the finished product. So those that do take an interest and like what you do, um, either whether it be just for making you happy or whatever, if you show them some of the steps involved, so like do a couple of in progress shots here and there, and just explain what you're working on. They may not take it on board, but they also, on the other hand, may listen and may then keep that in the back of their mind when when you show them another piece, and they'll go, "Oh wow! Like I can start to see how they've gone about doing this, or the steps that I've seen from them previously to get to this point." That's a lot of work, and that's really detailed. And I find having that little bit of knowledge, or imparting that little bit of knowledge, goes a long way in those people learning about what you're doing, and um, learning about what you're doing, and actually sort of registering those achievements, or imparting recognition. That's the word I was looking for, recognition. Those achievements. Another one of the symptoms, you forget words. And not just any words, like, well, yes, quite literally any words, but like you forget people's names. I was actually talking before on stream. I forgot that the pupil. I forgot the word pupil. The hole in the eye where the light goes in. But yeah, if you imposter syndrome sucks. Um, Regardless of whether you're a new painter, a world class painter, guy who's only been painting for 8 years, only been painting for 8 years. Shit. Um, it hits everybody, and that comes down to, as I said, you're trying to better yourself, but your brain being a butt and going the wrong way about it. Deconstructive criticism is probably the best way to describe it. It's not constructive; it's deconstructive, because after all, your brain is a gelatinous lump inside your skull that can't do anything. So think of it as being jealous, and it will do everything it can to put you down. Why? Because it can't do it itself. Haven't already guessed. There may be a touch of neurodivergence in me. But, yeah, it's you get to the point where your brain will go, excuse me, that looks, and you just go, no, dude, shut up. It takes a while. Some days it's louder, but you get to the point where it starts to fade into the background. I think age also has a bit of a play on that, and it will help out the older that you get. Purely and simply because I got to a point in my life where I don't know if it was due to age or just the experiences, it's probably a combination, the experiences that I've had leading up to this, where I just don't care anymore. I really could give a rat's about what anyone thinks, how anyone perceives me. When I was younger, I would constantly be perceived. always too loud. I was always too outgoing. Always showing all of those things that you look back on when you're older and go, oh, maybe that was ADHD and autism. But I was always like that from an early age. I was always the standout. I was always the smart one, but not academically smart. I was smart in the ways of the world. Struggled academically for a long time. But once I had a handle on something, that was it. But yeah, I just got to the point one day where somebody said something to me as a critique, and normally stuff like that hit me very hard because that inner monologue that I had constantly beat me up. But that inner monologue is very much based and stems from how you were treated growing up, and how I think someone said it's your inner monologue is your parents or what you perceive as your parents speaking to you, which is absolutely terrible when you think about it. But it's also, huh, yeah, I can see that. It was always a smart one, and the athlete, and the popular. Eventually left his shadow. Even at 40 part, my brain is still there. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. And yeah, like it's there. It'll always be there. It doesn't ever really truly go away. You just need to come to terms with it, learn to live with it. It's probably the best way to think about it. It sucks, but don't beat yourself up too much over it because art is miniature painting as well. It's very subjective. Art in general is subjective. What I think is cool, you may think is absolutely disgusting and horrendous and should never see the light of day. But you could sit there and talk to me about it for days and hours and weeks and years on end, but you still won't change my perspective. Well, I will most certainly see and understand why you would think the way you think, but it's art. It is for the person looking at it at that particular point in time and nobody else. Multiple people are looking at it. They're not looking at it together. They're looking at it individually of each other because everyone has a different understanding and perception. We all look at the world different. Hell, we all see the world different. Take solace in the fact that he couldn't hold a candle to me in anything creative. Well, that's always the way. Like it's you'll have one or the other. Um, only very rare unicorns in a relationship of twins would have that as well. Like there's usually a distinct line between twins. All the ones I know of, there's always been a creative one. There's always been a sporty one, and I think that comes down to allotment at the genetic level. It's yeah, perception of art has has always been a very tricky and interesting topic for me, purely and simply because, well, it's become more of a topic for me because I know I have problems with my eyes. I know I have certain features of my eyes that make my vision different to everyone else. And knowing that and understanding that is also a better understanding of yourself. Say, for instance, there's an old adverb, I think it is, or proverb, um, where you, the way you perceive yourself, is different to how everyone else perceives you, but how everyone else perceives you is completely different and indistinct to each person. Each person has a different um, view of you, both physically and mentally, because of A, the way they perceive the world through sight, through sound, things like that, and B, how you interact with them in that world. So, for instance, um, apostate who I met many years ago working at a computer place. He was a salesman, and I was like sort of second in charge of the service department. So the monkey behind the scene fixing things. Yeah, yeah. When we're worried about people disliking us or what we do, we're putting that idea on them for them, and that's not fair either. Exactly, exactly. Like this new guy started apostate as a salesman. He's young. I think he was 27 at the time or 25. He was cocky, very full of himself. Quite funny. Um, like not normally the person that I would talk to, but he came out, and normally salespeople know everything, and well, they think they know everything, and they make promises that the service department can't cash, vice versa. But he came out and he asked a question, and it was a tech related question because he wasn't sure. And me being me and knowing what I know and having done what I did, um, I was taken aback because I'd never met a person who genuinely wanted to know if something could be done or not, to the point where he put his own reputation on the line as far as the reputation that he had in the eyes of his customer to ask the question. And it was an interesting question. From a technical standpoint, it wasn't difficult, but because he wasn't sure and he asked, um, I was quite taken aback, and the other guys in the service department were as well. And he asked me. I I got to know him better, and sort of that changed my perception of him. So in so much as if I needed to sort of move stuff over to a salesman, the commissions and bits and pieces uh, from a recommendation from Service Desk, I would put his name on it, because we started to build that relationship, and that relationship grew and grew. Squilliams? Did I say that right, Squilliams? Squilliams Miniatures. Hello, mate. How are you? Over on YouTube. Welcome aboard. Critical Paint Studios. We're painting the Aminita Shaman. But yeah, we got to be good friends, and that was, jeez, I don't even remember how long ago that was, to be perfectly honest. That's why I never fit in with sales. I didn't have the god complex. Exactly. There he is, the man himself. Very good friend of mine. We've known each other now for, I don't know, bud. How long have we known each other for now? I honestly have lost track of time. But yeah, he's been a good friend, and it was one of those rare instances that you sort of meet someone that you normally wouldn't, and just you click, you get on. 12-ish years, really? Wow. Okay. I was gonna say 10, but yeah, me and time aren't the best of friends. But yeah, we've moved on to different lives now. Lots of things have changed. Uh, just building this beard and facial, well, beard and mustache up to bring it all in, make it all cohesive. Wait, what? 11 next year, next month. My God, that's, wow. They say time flies. That's way to make me feel old on stream, by the way. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, we're closing in on 12. 2. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I think I might go a little bit over just because I want to get some more work done on this. And depending on how we go, I'll have to have a look and see who's online, and I might might do a Twitch raid, keep the love going. In case there's folks here that just like to have paint streams going in the background. I'm not sure how they work yet, but I will find someone who's doing good work. Oh boy. So yeah, it's coming along. Starting to get white. We've got that nice contrasting grey gradient happening. Mainly working on the one side because the other side is going to be more in shadow than this side, because we've got the arm and the mushroom, everything there, and the light sourcing actually is coming from this way as well. So I'll post some high quality shots on Instagram when I'm done. But I Want to thank everyone again. We've got 2 on Beam, 6 on Twitch, and 2 on YouTube. I want to thank everyone for dropping in and just hanging out. And for the chatters, thank you very much for saying hello. It means so much to me to be able to interact with people. I don't get a lot of interaction in my life. And it's always good to say hello to people that you don't know. Streaming helps me pick up the brush when I'm not painting alone. Well, that's good. I'm glad I've been able to provide some assistance in your painting journey, Abigail. Now, because I've only got this screen set up, and I don't have any chat or anything, would people want to see what's happening in chat on the feed, or I know it sits off to the side on Twitch as a separate toolbox, add-on thing. Would you like to see the? Oh, I don't know if I can actually multi-chat stuff on Twitch. I think that's against one of the terms. So I'll have to figure out something in relation to that. But if it's something you would like to see, let us know. Okay, I think we're just about ready for a wash on that. Oof, too much paint. We're going back. Wake up the missus. Whereabouts are you from? Waking people up, so that means it's morning. Or they're just day napping. Day napping's also good. We've got 3 on YouTube, 7 on Twitch, 1 on Beam. Welcome aboard. We are just going to quickly make up a indigo hint. Sweden. Oh, wow. I had a friend who lived in Sweden for a little while. Absolutely loved it over there. I never have had the chance to visit as yet, but it is something that I would love doing. The Swedish people are lovely. I worked in backpacker bars and things for a very long time in my youth, and met some absolutely wonderful people in Sweden. Ocean, velvet. Where's the indigo? Oh, it's here. Indigo. There it is. I met people from all over the place, and yeah, some of the nicest people are from that region of the world. But this wash that I'm making, base is going to be indigo, just straight indigo. But it needs quite a bit of dilution. So I've just gone 3 drops of the retarder, another 3 of the thinner, and then just 1 little drop of the indigo. There we go. We'll mix that through. Check our consistency. this. Check and see. That's very dark. So now, just in our darker areas towards the bottom, and this will pull our colour right up. Going with blue because, well, going with the indigo, I should say, because we don't want to give the wrong atmosphere. If we used sort of on this side of the model, if we went with an orange or a red or a purple, it would drop the tone of the piece. Back too early, apparently. It would drop the tone into a more negative look. We don't want that. We want to keep things a wee bit magical and a wee bit whimsical. So the indigo is good for a just for adding a little bit of character and lighting. So we'll wrap it up fairly soon, but I'll get this wash down so it can dry properly overnight. So it's all ready to roll when we come back to it tomorrow. I'll be on possibly around the same time tomorrow, depending on how things land. But once again, I thank everyone for coming out and spending time with me. And joining me on this journey, hopefully, which will end in a cool story, if not anything else, from my trips down south to Canberra. Never actually driven through Canberra, I think once when I was little, but that was a very long time ago and I don't remember any of it. So it would have been close to 40 odd years since I've been down there, which would be interesting. I do love Victoria as a general rule, which we'll be driving through to, well, driving close to get to Canberra. But unfortunately, I won't be stopping. So I won't be able to see any perspective people and people who may have arrived by that point. And now that we've got that blue tone in, that's looking a lot better, a lot smoother. Okay, clean that up and then let's have a look. So today we did the eyes, fix those up by completely redoing them because they were atrocious. And we've gone through and just added some more depth and detail to that beard. Gone through with our blue tint that you can just start to make out. It gives a very slate effect. I think we might go once more in with the whites tomorrow, just to smooth up a couple of details and spots. And then I'm calling that beard done for the moment until we need to age it and put some um, nicotine staining around the mouth area and the bottom of the mustache and beard. Add some dirt in the mix. So we've got the mushroom. Actually, while we're here, see if I can pop it together so you can see what it looks like. So we'll pop that in there. It's probably not going to stay in. Should stay in enough. So there we go. Roughly together. Starting to come along. That beard. You know, we've got our nice shadow happening all on the underside of the beard there already. That beard and that mustache is starting to really come in. We've got our hands all done. Just need to go in with a matte varnish on that. How's it looking? Let us know in the comments what you think. I think from there we'll wrap it up for the day. So I'll let the chat catch up. Put this back together. Stunning. Thank you, Abigail. But, we've still got a fair bit to go yet. But it's good that what we have done is working. There. Pop back to this one. Alrighty, so I'm going to call it a day, but I'm just going to turn around to my computer, which is just behind me here, and have a look at the Twitch dashboard and see if I can roll everyone over via raid into anyone else who's on. So just give me a minute. I should be able to actually. Go. Who's currently on? Lectures on. Okay. So I'll drop them in quickly. Let's see what he's doing. Oh, she's painting up Tyranids. So, all right, she's going to disconnect. Okay, looks like we might not be dropping anyone anywhere. So, thank you all very much for dropping in, and I'll be on the same time tomorrow. So, drop a like, drop a follow, do all that funky stuff. Reach out, have a like on the Instagram post when I put it up shortly of this little guy. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very, very much. And everyone who chatted, thank you very much as well. I hope you all have a wonderful day, whether it be starting or ending. Peace out.